Remember, a short story written and performed by T.M. Bennett. This story may contain triggers for victims of abuse. Remember. Kian struggled to twist his pack's padded strap to lie flat on his shoulder. He stood in queue with 49 other individuals, and no one needed to tell him he was lucky to have been chosen. To be one of the 50 selected for the year was no small chance. The sharp corners of a boarding cube dug into his palm. He clutched it tightly with fingers scarred and maimed with white, wrinkled flesh and veining, yellow and green smears, the telltale signs of destal poisoning. He'd broken a beaker 4 years and 47 days ago while distilling the narcotic into crystals. Crystalline destal was the most potent drug on the planet, or perhaps the most potent in the galaxy. He didn't mind the pain the cube caused his hand, because it comforted him to know that the one key, the one validation he possessed to unlock the rest of his life, rested in the device. The cube shuffled forward every 1 minute and 22 seconds. Kian knew because he'd timed it. If something were out of sequence, or the scanner took a half-second longer to complete its scan, it would mean that somewhere, sometime, someone had lied. And that was, after all, why he was leaving. It wasn't because he couldn't live in the slums on Earth. He'd called them home for all of his 27 years of existence, not counting the 9 months, 11 days, 2 hours, and 47-minute gestation in his mother's womb. Yes, he knew that because he had requested the information from the databanks. Instead, he was leaving because Sarah, his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, had lied to him. She had fudged numbers on, well, everything. She had tainted the one thing that he thought he could always count on. He was now headed to a world where numbers were all but worshipped as the reason for existence. He'd taken the counselor's advice and signed up for an internship on Grav 3. Grav 3 was really nothing more than a remote moon in a remote sector that had been built into the greatest haven for accountants, mathematicians, physicists, and navigation specialists. You couldn't have the rich of the opulent galactic corporations flying their expensive yachts into stars or space debris while entertaining the brilliant educators of the next generation, now could you? That meant high security and intense rigor in every task, and so numbers were an absolute not to be messed with. He would finally be among people possessing similar values and respect for the system that ruled every facet of life. The scanner beeped. The green light flashed. 1 minute and 22 seconds, Kian told himself. Once I'm through this scanner, nothing can drag me back. He stood with his arms stretched in front.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?